Hi. It's been not that long. It's only been a couple days. I had to vacuum my room and the house. A shit ton of stuff right here. If you don't believe me, here it is. It's all right there. I'm wearing that new dress, the blue one, but it's all like right here and there. This is something that I stole from the Cheesecake Factory, and so now I have one of these. It's where they put the bread and stuff in here. Well, I took one. So it's mine now. But yeah, hi. Been a little bit. I'm gonna try to move over, shimmy around a bit so you can get myself in some better lighting. I have my lamp on right now on my desk, and I would put you up there, but I currently have too much shit on my desk, so it's the theme of today. I got my Noki necklace on, my low-key necklace on. Sorry, this is already an odd start to the video, but that's how it looks. Just a little Loki helmet, and I almost wonder if I should shoot that way, because I might get better light that way. Okay, hold on. Is it better? It's a little more natural light. I might do it. Sorry, just I have so much shit on my back. Let me put you right here on top of my pile of stuff. I don't know, is that better or worse? Can't tell. Would I rather have light or gold light? That's the question. Sorry, it's gonna make you really dizzy. I don't know. I kind of want to do this lighting, but I think I might keep it this way. So my laptop would cooperate instead of getting a bunch of things on it. That'd be great. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna do it like that. Try something new. Hold on. Just gotta readjust my dress. It doesn't look as blue. It's like a, I don't know, it's like kind of like a greenish blue, but you can't really tell in this lighting. But we'll make it work. Okay, so I only have a little bit of time, so to kind of get to the point of the video. It's already been 3 minutes. So I got out of my pajamas to put this on to film a video, so that's something. Nothing quite like filming a video that'll get you moving on the day. It's actually like 3:30 right now, and it's August 25th, so 2018. So I have my little notes. This is actually going to be a response video. I'm not going to release the actual person's name that this video is about. I know I have a few people subscribe to me that are from their channel, but for all intents and purposes, this person we're naming Carlie, C-A-R-L-I-E. So that's what I have right there. I was actually gonna almost put their actual name in it, but then I realized I probably shouldn't because I'm probably gonna show this, so I did not. So this video is about Carlie. She is someone who is dealing with anorexia, and I don't have any personal experience with eating disorders, but it's one of the few mental health channels that are still around that I watch, because a lot of other mental health YouTubers pretty much disappeared, because that happens a lot. When you're doing really poorly, you make a lot of videos, and then when you're doing really well, you don't make any videos, which is sad, and it kind of sucks and stuff. And like, there was another YouTuber that I had watched over the years, and they deleted all their content, which kind of sucked. Yeah, So what happened with Carlie is that earlier today, it's Saturday, so earlier today, she had re-disabled comments on all her videos, and I guess, I myself, as you can probably tell around my channel somewhere, that I'm a very, very, very tiny content creator. I like the term content creator better than YouTuber, but I'm a very tiny channel, and I have yet to receive hate or trolling comments or anything to that effect, or even constructive criticism. So I have a very more objective view of the situation since it's not happening to me. So my perspective and my viewpoints are colored in that area because it's not happening to me, so I don't know entirely how I would actually react to things, all that kind of jazz. This one video Carlie made today, there were two of them. Until like maybe half an hour ago, the comments were disabled on her most recent video, but now they're re-enabled, and I don't know how long that's actually going to last for. But she's kind of been dealing with, she said that she was dealing with like online death threats, which I actually Googled a little bit, and I found a couple tips. Essentially, if you ever get, this is the educational portion of the video. Sorry if it's going to be it's probably going to be a lot of rambles and talking and stuff and going different ways with thoughts, but if you ever do receive online death threats, report them to your local authorities. So go to the police station near you and file a report about that so they can kind of have it on record, have it documented, probably also document it on your own as well, and just kind of have that there. The more specific, also like with the terms of suicide, the more specific and detailed the plan, the more worry there is about it. Like if someone says like, I'm going to kill you tomorrow at 2 o'clock, like that's more severe. I was going to say serious, but that's not a good word to use. More severe than if someone just says, I'm going to kill you, you know? So, or like the Taken not lyric, but Taken, you know, I will find you and I will kill you. You know, it all depends, and it's definitely better to report it. Unfortunately, because it's the internet, there's not much you can do about it, which really sucks, but that's definitely an option, to report it to the local authorities and like get it written out and everything, and you know, just try to be careful and, you know, protect yourself, because that's what you have to do. Number one, your number one priority. I'd probably go to, if that happened to me, I'd probably go talk to my therapist and stuff about it and stuff too, to kind of, you know, get the emotions dealt with it out and stuff. So that's a PSA in this video, if that does happen. I don't know necessarily if Carlie should have mentioned that in the video that she did. That might not have been a good idea. And unfortunately with her, I've noticed this pattern that she tends to respond to the hate and the trolls in her videos, which I understand why she would, because it's her way of, it's like her online journal in a sense, and it's her way of dealing with what's going on and like cataloging it and such. As she even said in her own words. However, dealing with trolls, it's not the best principle to go by, because if you feed the trolls, they're going to come back. And giving them attention, which is what they want, isn't helpful. So, like, I get it, but also the trolls are such a minority of people, too. So, it's like, although they're very loud, like, it's still important to just not respond to them, because that's what they want. They want you to respond. So there's kind of like that layer to it, and she repeatedly keeps like addressing it and such, and then like disabling comments to, you know, limit the exposure she has to those trolls. But then at the same time, when you disable comments, you disable people leaving positive remarks. So then that's kind of catch-22 in a way, like. Then you're kind of struggling between, like, people can't respond or leave you positive comments unless they email you. So it's like that whole thing. And I personally, as someone who does tend to comment a lot on Carlie's videos, it's like one of the few places on YouTube that I think people actually read it. A little bit people in general, but more so Carlie herself. Because other YouTubers are just so large, like millions of subs and everything, that I don't think that they'll actually read my messages, so I don't bother commenting most of the time. Still a bit of a lurker. As I said before, I've been lurking on YouTube for 10 years, so I have more experience lurking and not being able to comment than actually getting out my thoughts and everything, which is why I wanted to make this video, because even though I'm using a pseudonym for her, I want to kind of almost catalog my own thoughts about it. Again, it's different because it's not happening to me, and I don't know how I would react to this situation that she's in. I think that definitely trying to keep in mind the positive people and the supporters is huge, especially because YouTube tends to be a really ruthless, cruel place. That's just kind of how the platform is, unfortunately. And I don't think, one of my notes on here is like, I don't think that changing yourself is the most appropriate step. I can understand why. Like, I almost forgot her name. Carlie, in her 2 videos, the 2 that I'm talking about, she was like saying that she wasn't going to share information anymore, and she was just going to be, her channel was just going to be about eating and food and, you know, recovery, and which is great. Also hasn't totally been about that for a bit of time, so that's kind of wishy-washy. But she wanted like, it was going to be about recovery and eating and stuff, and she wasn't going to share additional details about herself or her mom or anything like that. She mentioned, like, in one video, she was saying that she didn't want to turn down the TV in the background because it's her channel and she doesn't care, and, like, it doesn't matter, like, in a sense, and, like, the people who were commenting when the comments were enabled, were also, like, often talking about that, and she was saying, I felt, my own perception of it is I felt that she was acting a little smug and a little aggressive. The ways her jaw kind of went, like really kind of, like, you know, brows down, kind of, like, mad, which is understandable. Again, just an observation that I had. And it seemed like, trying to remember what my point was. It seemed like she didn't want other people to have control over what she was doing, like, because of it. However, at the same time, I feel that if it is, like, yes, it is your channel, you have control over what you post and what you talk about and write about and all that kind of stuff. But I think that, and at the same time, more so, is like, yes, you're in control of it. However, if you're letting other people, the trolls, dictate what you say and what you don't say, then technically they have all the control, and you don't have that control. And control is definitely a big, like, theme when it comes to anorexia, in most cases. Not all cases, of course, but some of them. I don't even know how accurate that is, actually, but we'll kind of go under that thought for right now. No, that was something that I noticed that was different. It was like, if you really had control over what is going on, then you, first of all, you probably want to be making that kind of video. And it was just, it struck me as odd, I guess, and that it's like, yes, I have control, and at the same time, I'm going to get defensive and put up a front, put up a wall between me and you, and, you know, so that it's going to be like a giant trek to try to target me and get inside, get under my skin, and all that kind of jazz. So, and that's something that I think too, like, with other content creators. I think, like, Athena, for instance, also someone who's probably dealing with anorexia. Like, she's very kind, compassionate, and sweet. And I think, like, there's something about when you're met with constructive criticism, hate, trolling, all that kind of jazz. Like, there's something that your true colors kind of, and, like, I think for lots of other content creators who have received hate, because especially on the internet, you're bound to get hate at some point. I've luckily been blessed with the fact that I don't have any. I haven't received much of any, which is great, but also not totally realistic, like that, you know, that can't be upheld in a sense. But, like, I forgot my point. Like, you see so many YouTubers get hate and flack for things, and they don't change who they are because of it. Like, they continue to do, a lot of it is like that bright kind of in-your-face, screaming kind of style, upbeat, you know, positive, really happy, and, like, a lot of other, like, you just don't see them, they don't, like, break down from that facade that they put up, in a sense. Like, they don't decide to change what they say or what they do to try to please other people, because you'll never be able to please everybody. It's just not possible, and not everybody's gonna like you, and that's okay, because you don't need everybody to like you, and that kind of thing. But I think with, like, Carlie, it's like, her deciding to not share certain parts of herself now because of all the trolls is not a sign of, I want to say strength, but that's not entirely the right phrase I want to use, but it's sort of like, she thinks that she's doing it to help herself, protect herself, and that's, you know, a logical kind of thing to do. But I think what she doesn't realize is that by censoring certain parts of yourself or your thoughts on things is really an act that's happening because of, you know, someone else's words and thoughts and, you know, threats and things. Like she thinks it's out of her own control, but it's technically out of the control of those people who are insulting and saying things and everything like that. Like if I noticed that was something that struck me about the situation, was like, people don't tend to change who they are to please other people, and they don't tend to, you know, go against their brand in a sense, and maybe that can be fake and stuff too at the same time. But I think it's important to remember why you started a YouTube channel and why you're doing it at all. And sometimes, like, I think it might be the case that Carlie just has to step away from the internet for a little bit, which is totally fine. We all need that at some point. But I think my main point is that normally people don't let what the minority of people say rule and change how they are and how they present themselves. And I think that is something admirable about people. Like, I think that is to, in the face of hate, to be yourself and be authentic is amazing, and probably requires more energy and strength than to limit yourself and censor yourself and not do what other people want you to do. Like, I think with Carlie, it's kind of a case where, you know, she's trying to protect herself by keeping herself distant from her audience now, but at the cost of that comes, like, we won't get to really interact with her as authentically as herself, which I think is a real shame and does require further consideration and thought and journaling probably, to kind of understand where she wants to go with her channel and if that is something that's in line with her values or if it's something that is not. So that's essentially what my thought was. I don't know how much I'll edit this video. Probably would be a good idea. But that's just kind of what my thoughts were about it for that little segment. So I talked about what to do if you're getting online, like threats of death, the emotions that I saw. Like I recognized that in her video she was pretty like aggressive and a little smug, and I think trying to put on like a front in a sense, which is like different from other videos. A little bit sarcastic too. So privacy. Yeah, she did mention in her recent video that it's not meant to be, her actions of this is not meant to be a punishment. I as someone who does tend to comment a lot, I feel it more as a punishment, like in the sense where because someone is saying certain things and getting under Carlie's skin and such, like then it takes away from people like me who are more positive and like supportive. If we can't comment at all, then we have to resort to making videos, basically. Yeah, and then the other one was just changing who you are. Is like, you don't see a lot of YouTubers, content creators who change who they are just to try to please everybody or try to pander to the trolls or anything to that effect. So I don't think that's an appropriate way of handling it. It's not how I would try to handle it, I don't think. It's not something that I'm going to do with my channel, in a way. Also mentioned the changing your channel in a sense, too, of, like, what you share versus what you don't. Like, there's definitely a good amount of privacy that needs to be upheld on the internet. Some people do that a lot better than other people. And it is, like, a concern of mine at times. I just try not to think about it too much. And because I'm such a small channel as it is, like, I feel like I have a little more freedom into what I can post because I don't have, like, an army of people or anything. But interaction for me is really big, so I don't think I'd be able to disable comments or anything like that if it had to come to that point. Maybe for a little bit, I don't know. I guess I would have to probably sit down and think about it and, like, what's going on? How am I feeling about it? What do I do in response to it? That kind of thing. But I definitely think that, like, putting time into thinking about what they're doing and, like, getting them get in your head isn't the right way to go about it, in a sense. I don't know if I should be really saying right or wrong. It's up to everybody's unique perspective and everything. Same thing with, like, good or bad. I guess it's just not how I would have handled it, in a sense. So, if my words mean anything, which I don't know if they do. But, yeah, the control part too. And I just want to say what my goals are and my direction is for my channel. So my channel is called Recovery to Wellness, and I have a couple of mental health videos that I did. Oh, that's the phone. Sorry. The phone is ringing. I don't even know why I'm touching my face that much, because it's like, I don't know, probably just a nervous thing. Okay. My channel. So I have a couple mental health videos already that I did in the past. I'm kind of gearing towards sticking away from mental health in a sense. I still have articles I have to read out to you guys and everything, so I have to still make videos on that. I have more art kind of related videos, more recovery and wellness based videos than like pure mental health videos. I personally find the mental health videos to be a bit more triggering and not something that I want to expose myself to, not right now at least. So my channel is meant to be about, at least originally was meant to be about mental health awareness and recovery, and to me mental health is more in the realm of dealing with mental health conditions and living with them, the good and the bad about that, and recovery is more pro-recovery, like positivity, hope, happiness, that kind of thing, the pursuit of happiness. So I actually find mental health and recovery to be kind of like two different things. Like recovery comes out of mental health, but mental health also has like the more negative side of things and like the darker side of things, whereas recovery is more just brightness. And it does have like exposure moments and such, but it's not the whole picture. I guess it's like part of the picture, but not the entire picture, if that makes any sense. So for me, I will probably do videos kind of like, I probably won't do that many commentary videos, but here and there, I suppose, if I have anything to say, and some like life updates, a little kind of vlog kind of stuff, and like art, a lot of art related things, and music, and not like my own music, not no, but like songs that inspire me and things like that. So yep. So that's what I want my channel to be about. So my channel is more about positivity and creating artwork and talking to people if they're listening, if they're even there. Yeah. Basically. So it's mental health, I should probably specify, OCD, depression, borderline tendencies, and trichotillomania. My eyebrow is still growing back in, so that's pretty good. It's progress. And it's all about progress, not perfection, as well, and having more good days than bad days. So, okay. So that was just a little blurb about me, in a sense, and I don't know, I think it's a complicated situation in regards to what the main portion of this video was about. It's unique to each individual, and not everything one person does is going to be the best option for everybody else. I think the biggest thing that bothers me is just that like I feel a little, what would be the right word? Not irritated, but like just a little like about like disabling comments and such, just because I just realized someone's home, but just because like it takes me time and effort to write out my comments, and then they can just poof disappear, which bothers me a little bit. And I think it's mainly just the changing who you are and stuff, because of what some people have said rubs me the wrong way as well. But anywho, I have to go now. It's been like half an hour anyway, and someone's home, so I gotta go. It was great talking, I guess. I don't know. Hopefully I have said what I wanted to say and can move on, in a sense. Take care, be well, stay safe, and much love and light to you. And let me know in the comments what you thought about this video. And yeah, and I don't know when I'll get it up, but maybe by middle next week or so. Okay, bye.